I have here a document that just has a whole bunch of spaces inside of it. Now the spaces have information on them regarding engineering. Inside of the energy analysis here, under people, we can see there is an area per person value for the occupancy. Going over to a schedule, we can see here each of the spaces have perhaps different values. So what if we wanted to modify this information inside of Excel and then bring it back into the project? Well, Dynamo makes it very easy. I'm not going to go through creation of every single step today. I'm just going to show you the Dynamo and the results. So we start by creating categories with MEP spaces. Remember, anything you see here can be created just by right-clicking in a space and typing in a name. So here's my categories, for example. We then take all elements of that category to get all of the spaces in the model. And then what we're interested in finding is a parameter named number of those MEP spaces. I then want to check for any of them that are unoccupied. Because if I take a look at my model, some of my spaces here are unoccupied. So they don't have the appropriate placement inside of the model, and so they can be ignored. So by placing the does not equal into here, I can then use that in a Boolean mask where I take the elements in the model, the does not equal as the mask, and then my result here is a list or two lists, one which is going to show me the objects that don't equal unoccupied and the other which do equal unoccupied. Obviously I'm interested in the ones that do not equal unoccupied. I then take information from the list of spaces that I have here, and I take the element ID, I take the number, the name, number of people, area per person. You can see all these different values, and I create lists of them. So I take all of that information and bring it together in a list create. This combines everything into one list, which then, in order to get it in the correct format that I want for Excel, I need to just transpose. Transposing just switches the rows and the columns. And then I use a simple write to Excel where I have a file path. I have a string for the name of the sheet inside of the Excel file. I tell it that I'm starting in the top left, 0 for row, 0 for column, and that I do want to overwrite any existing data that's in there. Then I simply take my information here and write it. So if I go ahead and hit run, it opens up my Excel file and writes the information to it. So here you can see 2020, 33, 33, 2010. Let's go back to the model, and we have the same information here, 2020, 33, 33, 2010, etc. So now, inside of Excel, I can make changes. Let's say I don't do anything particularly accurate now, but I'll just do this one plus 1, and then just kind of drag this down, make this one 15 equals that one plus 1, drag that down, equals this one minus 1, and drag that down. You can see I'm just getting a bunch of different values inside of here, all these different spaces. So I could put some very complicated formulas into Excel and do a whole bunch of calculations inside of here, whatever I need to do. Once that data is all ready to go, I switch back into my Dynamo, close down this Dynamo and open up the importing one. And inside of here we can see what we're doing on two different paths here. The bottom one is taking the file, that Excel file, reading that file from the new sheet. It's going to transpose it so that it's in the useful format that it needs. And then I'm looking for information in column 4. So if we take a look at Excel, we can see column number 4 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's that column that has all of our area per person data. And so it's taking that information and storing it as a list. Up here, it's taking the MEP spaces, all of them in the model, and then it's looking for any that's number equals unoccupied, and it's removing them from the list using the filter by Boolean mask. And then over here we're setting the parameter. And what we're saying is, well, here's our list of spaces. Here's our value, or our parameter name, sorry, the area per person. And then here's the information that's come from the Excel file that's just been read. So if I put this side by side with my document here and hit run, you can see the information inside of Revit getting updated based on the data that I've got inside of my Excel file. Absolutely the most straightforward thing possible. This can be saved, it can be reused. If we want to do more than one, obviously we just need to create a few more get items at index. So if I'm interested in different columns here, I just need to put a different number in. So this is column 6, 8, 1, 0. You get the idea. And then we would just put a few more of these set parameters into our Dynamo script here.